Hey guys, it's
Thursday. Spoilers.
It's Thursday. That was me starting it.
That was actually starting out.
Yeah.
So as you saw last week's video, the office has been broken, so that's why we're recording this on a Thursday. Should be some footage. We'll be going back in time in a minute to watch whatever Jack's done and Rob's done over the past couple of days. But yeah, in terms of what's happening this week, we have Hexseed. Been a lot of work happening on that. But more exciting than that, we have a game jam that we're taking part in, right?
Yeah. So we sort of did it last year. We joined the Jingle Jam Game Jam, which is like a charity event that the Yogscasts do. And we decided to do it again this year because it was really fun and it kind of supports charity and stuff like that. So why not, right? And we kind of need a break, don't we, Jack? After that hectic month of November, yeah. Every November we're a bit rushed. So yeah, we're going to basically game jam a game, going for a multiplayer. It's almost like, well, I've been pitching it like 300. like that film, right, with Thermopylae and stuff like that, but beats and zombies. Sure.
To work.
Yesterday.
Okay, so I'm back from my holiday. Had a great time, but it turns out the office is still out. The guys are working from home still. Even the phone that we usually use to record the devlogs isn't working. So sorry if this sounds weird. Yeah, so I brought in the extension cable from home. Basically just wired it up all the way over here, and I've just got the fan blasting at the problem area. Which should hopefully fix it. I'm going to leave it on overnight. Fingers crossed that should be fine. Just to sort of heat it up, get things moving a bit, because it is very cold and damp anyway. Both in here and outside, so it's like we kind of need some outside influence. Thankfully, the power over there at the kitchen, that's on a separate trip switch. So that's actually working fine, those two sockets over there. But on top of that though, I've got these two things. So these are dehumidifiers. They're just disposable things. They actually work quite well. We used to have them in a flat that didn't have any windows in the bathroom, so we needed these. They work quite well. Got two different types, because one was on club card offer and it was the last one, so I got another one as well just to be sure. I'm going to set these up and then leave it for today. I'm probably going to turn on the fans as well. Just why not get everything going as best I can, just to sort of clear the air as much as possible, and then fingers crossed we can be back in here tomorrow. If we're not back in here tomorrow, then chances are I'm just going to organise some taxis and get the guys to take their PCs home. Mine's already at home because I needed to do a build for colouring voxels on Friday. But yeah, fingers crossed this solution should work and we'll all be good tomorrow.
We're working on the game jam this week, and obviously my job is to make all the art assets for the game jam. For the Jingle Jam this year, I think the theme is if you can't beat them, join them. So obviously we're going for a zombie sort of battle royale aesthetic, and that was Rob's idea, and obviously I've been tasked to make all the assets. So one of the first things that I want to get done was the weapons, and we had a massive list on the whiteboard in the office, but of course the office is out of commission at the minute, so I've had to remember them off by heart. I've got a few of them, and obviously Rob's put a lot of them in the Discord too, but we're doing quite well. These things really don't take long to make. We've got some very traditional weapons here, so we've got what do we call it, a mace. That's also technically a mace, I suppose. A spear, an axe, a sword, a bows and arrows, a stick, a bigger stick, a twin-bladed frying pan, and we've got some really wacky weapons here, like a carrot dagger. We've got a spatula, a wrench, a partner suggestion, which was just a brick, which I thought was quite good. I've got some really cool ones here as well, like a sort of a zombie head mace and a war banner as well. So I'm going to continue working on these. I've got some other assets to show later, but I'll jump back to those when I get to them, as I'm also working on some characters and some environmental assets as well, which we'll get to soon enough.
Okay, again, sorry for the bad audio. We've got the fans on and all of that. I've moved this panel to the side just to sort of get a bit more airflow over here, and I think it's working. So literally just had the fan pointing at the wall. We're pretty sure it's something to do with this socket, but we weren't 100% sure. It's in this region anyway, underneath the the awfulness. But yeah, I've just tried the trip switch, and everything seems to be coming on, so that's really good. People's PCs seem to be working, so I think it's sorted. You can see the lights on Jack's monitors there. Yeah, seems to be sorted, so I'm just going to hang around for a little bit, just to make sure the trip switch doesn't go off in a little bit's time, but yeah, it should be good. We should be back to work in the office tomorrow.
the following day.
Share a little bit of an update of what I've been doing this week working from home. I've just pulled it all down on Source Tree on this PC as well. So yeah, everything's up to date in the office. But yes, mostly been Hexseed, just cracking on with this. I did the announcement for that this week. And yeah, you can see quite far ahead now. Only like 3 tasks left to do, minus some milestones. And this one has been left behind. You can see I've moved ahead of that one, just because I did create templates for that in the office last week before the power cut out. So I thought I'd just leave that there, and then I'll just reuse those templates when I come back into the office. So yeah, pretty much on track with this, looking quite good. But I think I'm going to be jumping over to the game jam stuff for the rest of the day. So probably no more progress on this, but there's plenty of time.
Okay, so we're working on this game jam. There's a few new things that we're sort of like trying to like get used to with it. So one of them is that it's a multiplayer game. I know that we tried multiplayer games in the past with tank game, things like that. The main issue was that any competitive game was a bit like I wasn't 100% sure on the net coding behind it, because everything had to be deterministic, and naturally with physics and things like that, it isn't. But fingers crossed, this is a cooperative game, so it shouldn't matter as much, so we can go a bit crazy. The thing is, over the years, Unity has improved its networking quite a lot. So we've got this this sort of like in-game editor duplicator thing, which is really cool. So it allows you to create multiple instances of the same project while you're running them. That basically means that once you press play, it will play on all devices. So you see that I just enabled player 3 there, and it's giving me this extra pop-up window. This is actually just another instance of Unity, but running off the same stuff. It's just very cool stuff. I'll kind of show you what we've got so far though. So a lot of the assets that Jack's been working on, we're still trying to get in game, but I have got the beats in. So you see nothing on screen here. Press host to host a game, a bunch of beats appear, and then essentially zombies will spawn and attack the beats, but you can click on a beat to take control of it and then fight back. That's the idea. There's a zombie there, this very good looking cube. That's what we need Jack to be modeling stuff. Then if we go onto a player instance, we should, fingers crossed, this doesn't always work, be able to press client. No, we're getting an error with the scene thing. Just an error occasionally get sometimes. We need to restart the engine essentially to fix that one, but it does work. Multiplayer is working. Fingers crossed we'll be able to get this little zombie game working. And you can see at the bars at the top here, there's 20 beats alive, 4 zombies at the moment, and this zombie number is just going to keep ticking up. So we have got a lot of the basics there, but there's still a long way to go.
Okay, so I've been working more on the game jam today, and as you can see, we've done a lot more assets here for Elite to play around with when it comes to actually editing the levels, and it's looking pretty good. There's quite a lot of stuff here that I didn't show off last time. So last time I'm pretty sure I showed off all the weapons. This is more sort of scenery and props that'll go around the world, just to illustrate with a bit more detail. As for now though, we're working on, well, I'm currently going through and exporting everything, and it's a bit more of a painful process than it was in Skystead, so you can't necessarily export FBXs straight out of Voxel. So what I've got to do is export this as a cubicle file, and then I've got to put it in Cubicle, and then I need to export everything out of Cubicle as an FBX and then into Blender. But in Blender I need to go through, and essentially what I need to do is just bring them into the middle. So let's get the sword here to a nice pivot point, so we'll put the pivot point on the handle, and then we'll see out the scale, and they'll export it from there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through every single one of these, all these weapons, and then I'll hand them off to Rob so he can play around doing some fighting in game. Okay, so this morning I've been quite busy working on the enemy variants for our game jam game. So you can see here we've got some zombie characters here. I've essentially just made one and then sort of duplicated them across and added in some extra claws, some different sort of variations. I'm pretty happy with them all. This one here, this bigger version, sort of looking like Scarecrow, is the zombie boss that turns up at one point in the game. Not sure when, that's up to Rob. But you can see here his aesthetic is completely different. He's a lot more big, he's a lot more of a bulkier guy, and he's got a pitchfork as well, and of course he's wearing a Scarecrow mask. So I'm really happy with these, and this morning I was actually in Blender doing
Okay, so more office drama. I did record this earlier, but the phone turned itself off, so I'm just going to re-record it again. Basically, we've got 2 more leaks. The coffee machine is leaking. That's fine. We'll just get a new one eventually. It'll be alright. But more worryingly, this is leaking. So I've got a leak under the sink. I've just managed to track it down though. So it's sort of just been cleaning up after it all day. But basically, it looks like the leak is coming from here, the hot water in the boiler. My hand's getting a bit wet there. So what I'm going to do is just basically just get some sealant and try and seal it off. Yeah, you got some water. Okay, I've been to the shop and bought some sealant. The thing is, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I think this goes in here. I think that's right, but then there's this metal stick, and I don't know how you get that to not be there, because that needs to be there. And I got this. This costs $150, and I think it just fits on there. It screws on, but then I don't know how you open this. I've got a lot of questions, and the guys don't have a clue either, so they've just left me to it. But yeah, I'll give it a go. Yeah, how hard can it be?
So yeah, with the Game Jam stuff, all I've really been doing is putting all of Jack's assets into the engine, setting up prefabs, and then I've been throwing together a bit of a world. Can't really play in it at the minute, for some reason the play feature's not working from my section, but will be fixed. But yeah, sort of breaking up into little sections. This might be changed drastically, you never know, but yeah, sort of Jack's made stuff into sort of themes. So the first section's farm, so kind of got nice vibrant grasses and stuff. Trying to add sort of choke points as well, where you're falling back in the game, if it works as intended. You can fall back to the different choke points until you get pushed over the wall here. And then Rob wants to create something from World of Warcraft style with loads of different platforms and bridges. So I'm working on that. This bit takes a bit longer just because everything needs to be lined up perfectly for the bridges to line up and stuff. But yeah, big blue asset here just to symbolize water. Have to add something for dying if you fall on that as well. But yeah, slow progress, but we are getting there. And then yeah, hopefully finish this section up and start on a third one.
Right, okay, I've had a go, which was awful. Basically, it was a nightmare to get it actually set up and stuff like that, because we don't actually have the tools in the office to actually open it. Once I'd done that, basically there was too much pressure going on here, so I couldn't make it stop. So that's the end result there, and it's still leaking, so obviously the water's just pushed its way out. But what I've done, what I needed help, but managed to shut the water coming off here, so if you turn the hot water on, nothing's coming out now, so that should stop the leak, which means that this should have a chance to set. I'm probably going to have to come in over the weekend though to check on it, and probably have another go, because that's just terrible. Look at that, that's just awful. So yeah, we'll see. There'll be more news on this. Yeah, okay, so we're still working on the Game Jam. It's Monday now, so the deadline is at midnight tonight, so we're just trying to get everything finished off as best we can. There's loads more that we can do, but there's no time, obviously. So I've made a quick main menu. And fingers crossed this find match button should just work. With it being multiplayer, it does worry me a bit. I'm not 100% sure this actually works over the internet as well. But yeah, it's working, and you can see there's 46 beats here and 0 zombies. Take over a beat, zombies start spawning, and you can run around and do things. So this guy here has a sword, which means that he should run up and try and kill a zombie if he can. The zombie got him first, which is a shame, but you can see that the guy turned into a little zombie beat as well, so that's working. The whole theme is if you can't beat them, join them, so that's why we've done zombies. It seemed like a no-brainer.
If you'll pardon the pun.
And now I've got this sword, I can kill them, hopefully. Yeah, die. That guy's got a baguette, don't ask questions. But you see there's lots of AI and stuff like that I've been putting in, so the zombies will gradually walk towards the beats. The beats will try to run away if they don't have a weapon. If they do have a weapon, they'll try and fight back a little bit. It's coming together quite well. I really like the baguette animation. Just a little flip, then a little stab. Yeah, fingers crossed we can just get a few more particle effects in and make things a little bit more polished, and then we can send it off, and then it'll be the best one, and everyone will vote for us to be the favourite.
Okay, so I'm pretty much on the last stages now for working on the 2025 Game Jam. So pretty much what I'm doing now is just making all these sort of visual effects that will be taking place within the game. So this one, for example, is the zombie turn effect. So when a zombie bites the beat or attacks the beat will turn into a zombie mode, and this effect will play at the top here. There we go. So that effect will sort of overlay over the character, and then the character will become a zombie version. We've also got it's an awful name, but it's called Beat Death, because the beat's getting killed. So this is the beat to death one. Cool little explosion there, and then we've got a sort of skull, sort of like a very arcadey skull that plays towards the end. Similar thing for the zombie deaths as well. If you look at these ones, for some reason I've got a shift select all these. There we go. I'm quite happy with this one. It's sort of there's a lot going on here, so you can see like the pixels inside of the actual smoke, and then we've got the skulls going up with the ring at the bottom. Really happy with this effect. It looks like one of the ones that I did for the dungeon DLC, just with a little more extra flair in there. I'm getting used to doing more VFX now, so I'm experimenting a lot with different sort of things I can try out. And we've seen the zombie musk before. I'm pretty sure this is the effect that just plays over the actual zombie itself. Where is it? Where is it? How zoomed out am I? Hold on a minute. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that just plays over the top of the zombies, give them that sort of stinky look. And as the last one, we've got a very simple sort of hit marker effect that'll just play on, I imagine, a lot of what do you call it? A lot of sort of hitting animations. So yeah, probably a flash warning there. Yeah, looks pretty good. Got I think we've got 4 random sprites in there playing at once. If we have a look at the effect here, yeah, so we've got 4 random effects that play at random, all different rotations, so hopefully that look pretty good in game. So Rob's gone home now, but I'm assuming he'll be putting those in game soon, so hopefully, fingers crossed, they look pretty good.
Yeah, as we've been showing off more of the game jam stuff, I think I showed off this area previously, this little farm vibe side of the level, and then you get to the sort of choke point here, going up the stairs, over the wall, and then I made a start on this one. So yeah, I've just finished up this section here. I've got Jack to make some houses just so we had some more building options other than the barn, and they're looking quite good. And yeah, just sort of, as I said before, making that World of Warcraft style area that Rob wanted, with all the different islands connected by bridges. I extended this bridge, I think I showed it off, sort of like the broken bridge. I extended it a bit more just to make it more obvious. But this other half here is what I've been working on for today. So, got this sort of 3 bridge area, a little hidden bridge down here, just a bit more world flavouring. And then you get to this large castle door. Jack has split these off as well, so there's their separate items. So now, ideally, if Rob can get that set up, those doors will be breakable, and then you'll fall back through to here. And just sort of an idea that Rob had, he mentioned a while ago, Bridgetown, which is a level in a game called Chivalry 2. I quite like it, so sort of stole that idea, making a thin, long town. But I did bring some buildings into the middle here, and yeah, just sort of built some barricades. Hopefully you can still fit through there without being too much of a choke point. I made a chicken into a statue because just something big and flavourful to fill the middle. And then yeah, more barricades before we get to the final door here. And then yeah, nothing through here yet. But I'm planning on making that the cave. Jack knows the cave assets on Friday, so I'm going to make all those there. But yeah, little hidden bits behind the houses, you can't get behind them, but through loads of chickens behind here because there's a gap. Nothing up here, but yeah, I've sort of made a point of breaking up or blocking off all of the areas between the houses, just so you can't squeeze in behind the house and get into some funky places. I'm sure I've missed a bit place or two, especially with the player jumping. You might be able to get through there, but hopefully, just for the game jam purposes, it'll keep people on the path, getting pushed further and further back until yeah, they reach the end where there won't be anywhere further to go. But yeah, we're going to save this, push this, so Rob can do what he needs to do in terms of getting into the main world when he gets to that point. And then, yeah, as I said, make a start on that final section and see how we get on.
So the game jam ended last night. We did cut it a bit close. I was literally uploading a build at 1 minute to midnight. So yeah, very, very close. Today there are a couple of issues with it, so I'm going to try and address them. It's actually like pretty bad stuff. You're not really supposed to work on a game after the jam's finished, but these bugs are quite the problems. So basically, if you start a server, you can see I've just started one here. Everything is fine, but then if you let it run for a bit and join as a client, things start to break down. So if I joined as a client now, then everything will be fine. But if I give it a minute, which I'm about to, then I can sort of show you the problem. In the meantime, though, I'm going to quickly hop over to the Game Jam submission page. So we did it. We submitted. I think for the next few days there is going to be some sort of voting. Basically, if you submitted, you get to vote on other games, stuff like that. And then top 5 get some sort of accreditation or something. You can see here we're doing quite well. We're at 4th position, so that's quite nice. We've got a couple of comments and stuff on that as well. Jack quickly whipped up together a logo. We've got some really nice comments, which are really nice. And we've got the game stop page. That's not the game start page. That's the jam start page. There we go. There we go. You can see I did want to get it working as a play in browser type of thing, but sadly that doesn't work. I couldn't work out why. I think it's got something to do with the net code not working in the browser extension. There was something to do with, there was a lot of back end stuff that was happening before the game had even launched, and that was causing errors. So I just gave up. You have to download a zip and run it from that, which is a shame. But yeah, it's looking good. Just this small issue to fix. I'll try and join now. Just to show you, give myself a separate name. So you can see here, there's a bunch of beats that are dead. So you start off with 100, so it's like 9 dead now. You can see there's some in scene here already. So when I find match, the ones that are dead actually stay there in the scene. So if I zoom in here, see these beats here, they aren't moving at all. They're just still stuck there. That's because they've died on the server side, but then the client is still showing them because it doesn't know what to do with them. So it's quite a big issue, especially since you can just join anyone's session and break the game essentially. So I'm going to try and fix that. But in terms of actual last minute changes, we did some cool things. So all of the beats have names now. They're all randomly generated. There's basically a pool of first names and a pool of last names that they all choose with. And that means that if you specify a name for yourself at the beginning, you can walk up to the person and then it should say, oh, this person is playing as Rob or whatever. And I just... accidental murder. Yeah, we're really happy with it. The art style looks really good. The mud works, which is very important. Yeah, we're really happy with it. Hopefully we'll be able to spend a bit more time on it, maybe over Christmas or something like that, and then release it on Steam. But it's just a little fun thing, so we'll just have to see.
Guys, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, so we just finished up with the Jingle Jam game jam. Hopefully I'm quite happy with it. That's about you guys. A lot of people saying that the art style looks really good, so well done, Jack. There are a couple of problems with it, just with it being multiplayer. We knew there would be. So I'm going to quickly do another build, make sure those are fixed. But yeah, we're quite pleased with it. There doesn't seem to be that many entries this year, like 59 or something compared to 111. So we might actually win something, fingers crossed. But yeah, make sure you do donate to the Jingle Jam. Might as well give them a shout out. We were thinking about doing a page ourselves, but we're just like, nah, just
We'll do the game jam.
Yeah, we'll do the game jam to support it. Yeah, if you do have some money and you like charitable causes, there are a lot of great charities there. I know Calm is one, which I quite like.
Yeah. Become Make-A-Wish and big charities this year as well.
Yeah.
Nice,
So if you've got the money, please donate to them. And yeah, cool. We should get back to work now and actually do proper stuff.
Actually do some work, yes.
Yeah.